This
And
conference will now be recorded.
hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sorry. The reason I wanted to join this is just to give a boost to the resume and to get more hands-on training and work with real life experiences because it's not very easy to always get the real life experiences unless and until you are in the role itself. So that's why I thought to just maybe try the training itself and see how it goes.
Right, very good. Fine then. So this training is also intended in that way only, not through textbook alone. So the concepts will also have to be learned at the same time, the practical experience, right? So what are all the things are there happening around, so that it will be like lively for you to understand what will be the role of a BA in current
Sure.
IT industry, right?
Hmm.
Welcome to the training.
Thank you so much, Lily.
All right, so let me introduce about myself. I'm Dilip Kumar. It's been around 15 years now in IT industry. Started as a developer and gradually worked on business analyst and then the engagement manager, like account management and project management, right? And the product owner. Currently, I'm playing the role of a product owner. Still, I'm working. Right, so I do offer different trainings. I'm a certified Scrum Master and a certified product owner. Right, I do take care of SQL training and then the personality development. I'm a certified yoga instructor as well. So I do take care of yoga trainings and then personality development, stress management, time management, etc. Also, I do take care of interview preparation for the people. Here, I'm associated with you for taking you through business analyst training in IT industry. So we
Right.
generally refer as IT business analyst. Right?
Hmm.
Otherwise, there are different types of business analysts nowadays. So we'll be focusing on IT business analyst role.
Hmm.
Having said that, so currently you might be aware of Agile and Scrum. Have you heard about them?
I've heard about it, yeah.
Yeah. So currently it's like whether you want to become, I mean, any role for that matter, more or less every project has moved on to Scrum methodology. So almost it has become kind of a role for you to understand Scrum basics, that you have to be having Scrum basics. It might be any role, developer, tester, whosoever you call, right? So
Hmm.
we'll be starting with Agile and Scrum. So Agile is a kind of methodology. In that one, Scrum is a specialization. So I can say Agile as an umbrella, and then within that umbrella, Scrum will be one of the option. That's a framework to develop the application. So first we'll understand what in which environment we are going to be working in, like Agile principles, values, Scrum ceremonies, artifacts, roles, all this stuff. Then later on we'll move on to understand some of the fundamentals of business analyst or business analysis activities, which are common irrespective of methodology. Right, so identifying the requirements, eliciting them, modeling them, right, and working with the changes, all these things. So requirement changes, not project changes. Probably as a coordinator, you might have worked on change requests for project level, right?
Hmm.
So these changes are more related with the requirements alone. Project level might be different again.
Hmm.
So we'll be understanding how to manage those changes and all, how requirement changes might come in, and then how the things will take place, etc. So these are all again core part of business analysis that everybody has to understand and has to learn, irrespective of methodologies. All right.
Hmm.
Any questions till now?
No.
Further, once we understood the environment in which we are going to work, like the Scrum and all, so we'll try to understand what exactly we do there. So what will be your role, and then what are all the activities you'll be doing, like creating the user stories or prioritizations, refinement. So again, everything, what and what, when, why, everything, how it will be done, right? What challenges we might face, how to make it better, etc. will be there for release level activities as well. Right. So the Scrum works a little bit differently than Waterfall. May I know in which methodology currently you are working in?
So the project role that I'm in is very, very different. It's more related to the internal projects. It is not for the ID background. It's more with the company itself. So I don't work with I work more with the coordination and scheduling of the projects. So it's more towards the installation projects within the company for other clients that they have. So we don't do any of these trainings. Like I personally don't look after any of these methodologies or any application of softwares.
Okay, but you might be aware of, right, which methodology the company is following for any other projects, IT projects or something? Any project for that matter.
They are currently changing their system, so I'm not like 100% which one they're working on. They're using like totally different like Atlas and other different softwares, ERP models.
No, no, okay, fine. Anyway, for your hint, like when you probably go to the job today, right, tomorrow, what you need to do is observe how actually things are taking place, right? So whatever the project might be, it might be enhancement project or it might be decommissioning project, whatever it might be,
Hmm.
there'll be a way of working, right?
Hmm.
So check with the project plan. Checking
Okay.
the project plan, they would have mentioned that what methodology they're going to follow, right?
Hmm.
So most of the cases, it might be that nowadays the trend wise, if I talk about it, might be into Scrum, right? If not, they might be following waterfall model,
So
right?
there are only two models?
Now, there are many, but these two are very popular.
I see. Okay.
The traditional methodologies wise, if I talk about, that's a waterfall model that was very famous, very popular. 90, 80% of the companies, almost 70 to 80% companies have moved on to Scrum now in Agile. In Agile also, there are various methodologies. Out of that, again, Scrum gained a lot of popularity. Right. So you can observe there. So it's only to get some enlightenment on how the things are taking place in your environment. Right. So tomorrow, once you get prepared for this PA role, then would like to shift your role also. It will be convenient for you to justify
Right.
yourself saying, yeah, I know something about this. Right.
Right.
So that's what you can do. Fine anyway. So apart from that, why I have asked that one is again, if it is a release based in the waterfall model, the releases will be differently handled. Here in Agile, the releases will be handled a little bit differently. Right.
Hmm.
So what is that you are going to contribute as a BA in release planning? So there are different things to plan the release and then prioritize the stories for the release, identifying them. There are those kind of activities that you need to do. And then the Scrum is meant for developing the application. Outside the Scrum, there might be like coordinating activities such as stakeholder management, monitoring the requirements, getting sign off on certain activities, right? We'll have to understand all of them as well. Right? Any questions here?
No, not right now.
Right, so we'll be having case study and hands-on practices as well. So it's not all about learning. It's also about implementing and then verifying whether we have learned or not, right?
Hmm.
So that will be there. This is again interesting at the same time challenging task for you probably. Most of the learners initially will be interested to have certain case studies so that they can practice, right? So what happens later because of the other priorities, this will take lesser priority and then it will never be completed. Okay, so that's a general practice happening with almost all the learners. So let's see if you can actually go ahead and then complete that. So we'll be practicing user story creation, prioritization, health station modeling techniques, etc. A little bit more in detail. So we will be identifying the business requirements, different types of requirements, and then how to come up with requirement statements, how to come up with epics, how to come up with stories, etc. Many such kind of things we'll be learning here. Also, we'll get an opportunity to practice. These practices also happen at different levels, like throughout the training, session on session basis, as required. Will be involving you in the classroom session itself to practice few things, and I'll be giving small homeworks kind of thing, not big things. Okay, I can understand how the learners capacity will be occupied nowadays, right? Because we're not like just dedicated to education alone.
Right.
So the other priorities. So it's not like huge thing to do. It's only to become aware, more aware of your surroundings so that you can easily enable yourself to become BA, right?
Mm-hmm.
It will be more from that perspective than just asking you to do a lot of work, right?
Mm-hmm.
So small things will be there, which will definitely help you to boost your morals, or we can say that boost your knowledge level as a BA. Again, apart from that, you will have the case study, which will give you solid option for you to prepare a lot, how much you want, right? How much ever you want.
Mm-hmm.
Not mandatory that you have to finish it up because you're already working. It's not a kind of a push mechanism, it's pull mechanism. You need to take up work as much as you can and practice as much as till you feel confident, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're a job seeker, probably I might have asked you to practice more. Since you're already there on job, it's a wise decision to observe and then learn the things quickly, right?
Right. Right.
So it's all about enabling yourself. So how when you feel confident, you can pause it there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but again, there will be two case studies. One will be more like a real environment, how it looks like. So I'll be giving you, sharing the experience and then taking you through how it has happened with us so that you get a feel of it in the first case study. Post that, you will document.
Okay.
Second case study would be more of a printed case study where you'll be looking into, and then there will be certain questions for you. Should be able to answer them.
Mm-hmm.
Again, all of these will enable you to apply all the things, whatever you have learned, right?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Any questions?
That one pretty good right now.
Then comes the value addition. I would like to describe a few things here. So there are a number of resources, there are a number of trainers, trainings at various levels, everything available. So what is the value addition I'm trying to bring here for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I'm not a hardcore trainer who will be referring to textbooks and then keep on training the people. So I'm a working professional, keeping my day job with experience. So the intentions of starting these trainings is that I observed whatever we are learning, everything we are not applying in reality,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever we are applying, we are not learning properly in trainings. Right. So that's when I felt that like, we have to bridge the gap. There was a huge transition that has taken place somewhere 7 to 8 years before ago. So more on waterfall model to Scrum. So there was a huge gap for that. People started interpreting the things in their own way, most of the times wrongly, than what is being told. Then started bringing all the wrong practices. With that, obviously, every project is still suffering. Though methodologies have changed, though methodologies are good, still results are the same. Project is not on time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I realized it's better if you can at least contribute to some extent to by training the people properly, bridging these gaps, not teaching unnecessary things which are no more used, which are not required, but ensuring that whatever is required will be taught properly and then will be applicable. The person will be able to apply required things and then give some result, proper input to contribution to the project success. Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the basic intention of offering all these trainings. So the examples or the references or the sample, whatever we discuss here, everything will be from my previous projects or from my experiences. Right. I have been heading business analyst 40 group of 40 business analysts as a as a manager for Center of Excellence in my
Mm-hmm.
earlier organization. So it has given good insights on the different challenges faced by different business analysts with different experience levels in different projects, right? So all this stuff, I mean, again, we used to find out common solutions and different solutions for different problems. It was like that because it's not like one fit for all. So there was nothing like a silver bullet for everyone's remedy. So we had multiple diversified situations and environments. I'll be sharing them. You can also add upon to your experience from that perspective, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it's not about getting the job alone. You have to survive there. So competition will be huge always. So there'll be tips and tricks that you need to understand so that you can survive longer. So those things also I'll be sharing throughout the training.
Mm-hmm.
And then constantly one thing will be there in life, that is change. Right? Things will keep on changing
Correct.
constantly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not sufficient if I give you a question and answer kind of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
That question might change or answer might change. We don't know. So all that you can do is be ready for accepting the change, adapting yourself, then move on.
Mm-hmm.
So it's more like approach than just a question and answer here. So I'll be
Right.
focusing more on that kind of an approach, which will leave you in a kind of independent stage where you need not depend on me after getting onto the job, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be giving you those kind of inputs so that you can enable yourself or empower yourself with all the required things to face any changes which might be good for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So these are all the value additions I would like to bring apart from the regular training stuff. So any questions here?
No, so far so good.
Then the approach wise, if I talk about, so I'm trying to bring a kind of simulated environment here because you are working already. So generally how it would be once you get onto the job, initially there will be honeymoon period.
Mm-hmm.
You will be settling down to understand what is happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
Post that you'll have small tasks to take up. Further you'll have work to do. Further you'll have a lot of work where you need to plan and complete, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how when you get onto the job, that's how the scenario would be. We'll be taking similar approach here as well.
Mm-hmm.
So initial couple of sessions, you might not have many things to do. Gradually, I'll ask you to take up few small tasks to perform. Further, you'll have case studies and many other homeworks to do. And then post that you'll have another case study. Also, you'll have a lot of work to do. So there you need to plan. So it will also allow you to see how can you plan your work and then take it to completion.
Mm-hmm.
The syllabus wise, if I talk about, it's again, I'll keep on updating this syllabus without any prior notice also.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean that I'll be keep on eliminating everything. It's more about value addition. If I see some a new topic might help you, right, which might be trending, right, I'll try to do. I don't hesitate to give an introduction about it also, heads up of it at least, so that
Mm-hmm.
further you can explore and then learn it better, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that will also be there. So then the examples will be there for you to understand based on your work experience or based on your real world life experience. However, it might be ultimately, I'll ensure that you'll be getting the clarity on what the concept is about.
Mm-hmm.
Illustrations will be there, illustrations from various perspectives again. So the intention here is to train you, not that I would like to exhibit what I know. Right? It's not a knowledge exhibition session. It's more about you learning the things. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe by nature, being a personality development trainer, I do encourage you to learn the things. I do more keep on motivating you, irrespective of your busy schedule. You should be able to take out some time, dedicate some time, so that the sessions will be fruitful for everyone. The
Correct.
time. So it will be like again, I can teach you many things. That's not the challenge. But again, how much is useful for you will be the concern point of concern for me.
Right.
So we learn those things which will definitely help you to get onto the job, maybe role change or maybe onto the new job. So only thing is you have to take out time and then practice.
Mm-hmm.
I'll keep on motivating you throughout the sessions to practice. Right. So you can even share your experiences related to work and all,
Mm-hmm.
how it is going, and then what similarity you can see. Right. With that, it'll be more relevant and lively. If you involve yourself, subject will be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The beauty with this subject is around 90% of the concepts relate with your normal life itself.
Mm-hmm.
Which with normal life, how you are living, most of the concepts will coincide. So it will be very easy to learn. And again, it will be much easier if you can involve yourself, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
So obviously, any online trainer says that, right? We want to keep the sessions live,
Right.
interactive. I literally mean that. I'll keep on asking you the questions. I'll keep on involving you, probably pausing to check whether you have understood or not, and then move on,
Right.
right? So that's how it is going to be. Now, any questions for me?
Um, so just to understand, so this course is basically focusing on the IT side of business analyst. So we will be working with different type of like we will be working with the agile methodologies, or we will be touching base with the waterfall as well as agile, and just work around these two um, methodologies, or there will be a lot more other than that. Like in business analyst, it has different domains, right? So this is primarily focusing on just the IT aspect of it. And I don't even have an IT background, so I don't know if there is any coding involved, or it's just a matter of understanding the program and how you implement and how you execute. Is that's what it's all about. Like I'm trying to understand if there is a language requirement, or how easy would it be for me to adapt to the programs that you just explained in the beginning of your course outline.
Right. So the basic thing is again your experience, whatever it might be, right? Whatever experience you have, you can leverage that experience, and the training will not require you to code anything. Programming side, it's not required, right? If it is a data analyst role or a business intelligence kind of roles, probably might have to do a little bit of coding to maximum a lot of coding. But here, IT business analyst perspective, it's not required that way. And then the domain knowledge, it's again dependent, right? That's why it's not about only one domain, it's about the approach. How do you approach in any domain, right?
Mhm.
So it will be like that, and then we'll be touching upon a little bit at high level at waterfall model, and
Mhm.
we'll be focusing entirely on Scrum. And as I
Okay.
told you, the business analyst certain activities, the basic things are this methodology independent,
Mhm.
right? So those details will be understanding. So how to apply them at your workplace, that's your intelligence, that's your smartness, right? I'll give
Right.
you the formula. It's about replacing those variables with values, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
It will be like that. So it should be self-sufficient almost to say that you can get onto the IT business analyst role easily. Should not be a problem. Right. Apart from that, if you would like to go for specialization, if you are interested in working with data, then
Mhm.
obviously after this course, you can go for data analyst course as well, wherein the fundamentals you might have already covered here. So you have
Mhm.
to learn more about using that particular tool or a programming language, right?
So in
That
data
means
analyst, you don't have to know the coding or anything.
yes, it requires coding as well. Data scientist, data analyst, data science,
Mhm.
business analytics, data analytics, right? All these roles will require certain level of coding as well. How much it depends again, right?
Right. Okay.
Business intelligence also requires coding to some extent,
Mhm.
right? So this one we can say the basic business analyst course would be kind of a 80% overlapping with almost all these kind of roles.
Okay.
Remaining 20% is the specialization that you need to acquire,
Okay.
like MBBS and then specialization, right? So it will be that way. And then here the specialization will be focusing is a little bit more on product owner, one of the specialized role for Scrum, right? We'll
Mhm.
be focusing a little bit more on that, not 100% again,
Mhm.
right? So we'll be focusing on that so that we'll learn the basics of business analyst and activities of product owner, which is related to business analyst again, right?
Okay.
The product owner role has got little bit more than just business analyst, right?
Okay.
That will be part of this training. That will be part of product owner training.
Okay.
Right. So the business analyst will enable you to go towards any of these directions, orienting more towards product owner, and then little bit less towards the remaining ones. The remaining specializations, it's your choice. If you are interested in programming, then you can
Mhm.
go ahead and learn all the programming related stuff. Right. You can continue further in that way.
Mhm.
That's how the career path for you would be.
Okay.
Any other questions?
No, it's so far so good. I pretty much got the overview of what we're going to basically focus on, and where the area we will be covering, and what what really to expect during the training. But thank you so much for giving me that overview.
All right. See you then. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.